Hello, denizens! Former network executive reaction of Andor, Episode 1. Let me start with my network executive hat on. Just to recap, network executives have very narrow requirements for a show's success. As I have said many times before, my job was to keep my job. As far as what my notes for Andor would have been, and warning, spoiler alert, I'd be thinking, oh great, strip club prostitutes opening, but where's the skimpy outfits, the tits, and the hologram of the girl dancing is dressed up tighter than my 5-year-old daughter going out in the snow. You've removed all the reasons for having a strip joint in the show, especially as a titillating opening? Yeah, Disney, I get it. But I'm not a happy exec so far. The fight scene in the corridor at the 10-minute mark, good, but the fighting sucked. And our hero shoots a guy in cold blood while the dude is begging not to be killed. My network note, I'm furiously scribbling now, is protagonist is a douche. Why'd you do that? Now, the officious dickwad I like, but I still don't know the consequences for Andor for being caught. That's at the 20-minute mark, and not much of a scene ender. The fix-it girl is hot, but I can't understand a word she's saying, and I couldn't hear her name. I didn't know what she was doing. The money-owing shakedown scene at about the 30-minute mark is not very exciting. Could have used a fight scene. My final note to the producers is that episode 1 is boring. Where's the slam, bam, and sex? So, now I'm putting on my writer's hat. I don't always agree with my very crude network exec alter ego, but in this case, I'm in full agreement. This show was only 40 minutes long, but it seemed much longer, which is a bad sign. My overall note for Andor is the same as my note for Rings of Power. It was serviceable. Both these shows are completely devoid of what I like to call ripping yarns. Yes, Disney was kind enough to provide the first 3 shows for our viewing pleasure. That is, as I suspect, because the executive in charge of production went, holy shit, this is boring. Which episode does something interesting happen? The obsequious producer would respond, probably episode 3, sir, or madam, or whatever. And thus, 3 shows were launched at once. This was not Disney's intent, I'm certain. They knew episode 1 came up short, and that's all I'm reviewing right now, because that's all it should take to get someone interested in a series. I don't get why these writers can't write a compelling first show. Based on this first episode, I have no interest in seeing the next one. I will, but not right now. I have more important things to do, like recycling my used toothpicks. Once again, the writer provides us with a series of mysteries to ostensibly keep our interest. Look, unless you're writing a crime show, mysteries are the worst thing for an adventure show. We call them adventures because we want to see an adventure. There is no adventure here. There's not even any side boob. Oh, okay. I'm a bit fixated on the sex stuff, but you need something to keep viewers from switching to their OnlyFans account. In my Rules of Sitcom video, I talked about the concept of a dilemma vector. The wider the vector, the more people will care about a scene or a show, a moment. The opening bar scene didn't care. Oh, Andor is looking for his sister. Kind of care because it's family, but I don't know her significance, especially vis-a-vis the antagonist, which right now is the collective empire, I guess. The shakedown scene, big negative vector, is our hero killed a dude in cold blood. Andor has some kind of spaceship part thingy. Don't care. Owing money shakedown. Don't care. Super white guy who disobeys his boss's orders to ignore the opening crime killing scene and goes on his own to search for the assailant. Well, I kind of cared for that the most. This is our first corporeal antagonist, and boy, they couldn't have gotten a whiter guy. Guy tells him not to use his spaceship again. Don't care. The happy native people of some Ecuadorian jungle. I know this is supposed to connect Andor to his sister, to us. But I don't super mega ultra don't fucking care. I get it, as a writer, that you want to keep some of your big powder dry till later. But one of the best writers I knew told me, nope, up in the kimono, right from the start. Don't make your audience wait for something to happen because you're trying to build up to it. That's not entertaining. Our job as writers is to constantly trap ourselves and then find a satisfying way out. If the solution is a surprise to the writer, then it's more than likely going to be a surprise to the audience. There was none of that here in episode 1. No surprises. What we're left with here is a show that looks great. The tone is refreshingly adult, but you only have a few minutes to hook us and make us watch. And when your opening bar scene is 1,000,000 times less compelling than the one in the Mass Effect video game, you're in big trouble. Thanks for sticking around this long for my review. What did you think of Andor Episode 1? Till next time, denizens, be seeing you.